Yeah, that's not a bad common there.
Common's had it though. There we go. Swim, we've got to try and keep him out of that.
Hi guys, welcome back to the river. I'm just catching a little bit of shade under the tree here. You can probably tell by my forehead and my t-shirt that it's still absolutely roasting hot here in Valencia. It's the last day of September today. I'm ready for it to cool down a bit, but who knows when that will happen. So the plan for today is to stalk some wild Spanish river carp in the margins. Just a rod, a line and a hook and some floating bread. And I've got two specific goals for this session. So the first one is to catch a double figure fish. Now I think that's actually going to be quite difficult. I've caught quite a few carp on this river already. I've only had one that was definitely a double though, and to be honest, I haven't even seen another carp that got anywhere near that size. Most of them are 4, 5, 6 pounders. Really good fun to catch, but you know, they're not massive. So I've got a bit more time today. I got here a little bit earlier, so I'm going to put some real effort in and see if we can catch a double. That would be really cool. Second goal for today, an interesting one I think, is to catch a ghostie, so a wild river ghostie. On the last video I saw one feeding in the margin, and that's actually not the first time that I've seen a ghostie down here. I've seen a very similar sized fish on 2 occasions in a similar area. Could be the same fish, who knows, but I think a river ghostie is such a cool fish to catch, so I'd love to catch that one today as well. So double figure carp, ghostie, those are the 2 goals for today. Just about cooled off a little bit now, so I think it's time to get some bread in, see if we can find some and get a few on the bank. Just want to quickly talk you through the rod and reel setup that I'm using for this fishing today. So I've got a Nash Dwarf, which is probably my favourite rod that I own. I absolutely love it. It's a little 2-piece 6-foot rod, and the bottom piece is kind of telescopic. So the shaft goes into the handle and it pulls out like that. And then you've got the second piece to attach onto the end of it. Until I settled recently here in Valencia, I'd been travelling pretty much full time for the last 2 years, and this is the rod that I took all around the world with me. So it's really robust, really stable. I caught big carp on it, caught snakehead, caught channel catfish, and obviously it packs away so small so you can take it around with you in your case. It's a bit heavy duty for the lure fishing and the small bass, but it works, right? And for a session like this today, stalking carp in the margin, it's absolutely perfect. I love this rod. Paired it with a Daiwa Ninja match reel, and again this is the reel that I took around the world with me as well, so a nice little reel that's kind of versatile and you can use it in a lot of different situations. So if you're looking for a kind of travel rod that you're actually going to be able to catch, you know, decent fish on, I'd definitely recommend the Nash Dwarf. It's a really, really good rod. And in terms of the end tackle, it's as simple as that. So I've got a size 8, this is a barbel hook here, so it's not huge, but the carp here are not huge either, but it needs to be a good strong hook that's you know, going to be able to get the carp through the weed, and there are plenty of snags out there, and that's just tied on the end of some 10-pound line, so it should be subtle enough but also strong and robust enough to land the fish when we do get them. That's it. I've got a bit of bread in right down this margin. Obviously on a river you need to look for the slacks for the carp, and today it's so hot, so I think they're going to be bunched up under the trees where they've got some shade and in and amongst this weed as well. So I'm looking to try and get the bread kind of suspended in the slack, suspended in the weed, where they can just come along and pick it up, and we've got a chance of getting one. Got a carp feeding very, very hard in the weeds out there, but that's on the far bank. I haven't got a controller float or anything like that to be able to get a piece of bread across there. But you can see his head coming right out. Look, he's feeding dead confidently. Just need to get him over here. Oh, we've actually got some coming in already. Oh, that's a nice, yeah, that's not a bad common there. Oh, he's coming so close in. A little bit of patience. It's taken 10 or 15 minutes to get them in, but a little bit of patience, put the bread into a spot that you think looks likely, sit back, and then yeah, wait for him to come in and get confident. That was cool. That was cool. Not a bad fish. So when you're fishing this close in, all you need is a corner, and all I do is just nick it through out the middle and push the hook down a little bit. You don't need anything else when you're just underarming it out. So nice and simple, that's it. Yeah, that'll do. Check the drag set. I can see one taking just downstream. It is awkward. If I hook one, I'm gonna have to jump down and probably get my feet a bit wet, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, just downstream. Oh, it's not a bad fish as well. It's not a bad one. I think what we're probably hoping is that he gets rid of all the bread that's that's caught up in the weeds in that slightly downstream area, and then he has to make his way over here because there'll be none left down there. So just got to wait it out, I think. We don't want to be casting on its head all the time because that is going to spook it. There's a little turtle out there. The wildlife on this river is really cool. There's loads of turtles knocking about, and you get these green parakeets flying around as well. You get them all over Valencia actually, but they're really cool to see. I've also seen a big snake down here as well, which makes me a little bit nervous about sitting on the floor, but keep an eye out. Oh, this is that kind of nervous, heart in the mouth feeling that I absolutely love about surface fishing. So I've just seen him heading over this way, and he's obviously gone down, can't see him now. But you just feel like he could pop up at any moment around here. It's good fun. I love this kind of fishing. Oh, okay. Don't know if we saw that, but he's slowly making his way over. Oh, I can see him. I can see him right in down the margin. He's just swum right under the rod tip. I don't quite like how my bait's just... Here he comes. I'm going to stay really quiet here. It's a nice, perfect little common. Not very big though. It's kind of the average, the standard size for the fish here. My bait's just drifted into the weed and it's kind of resting on top of a piece of weed. I don't really like it. I'm going to see if we can twitch it really quietly into a better position. The carp is under there. I can see him moving around under there. We don't want to spook him. Just trying. Oh no. Yeah, that's what you get when you try and mess around, but it was just kind of stuck on top of the weed and I don't think he was ever going to find it there. New piece on. Let's go in the gap there. That should be alright. Yeah, that's right next to my bait. Go away, flies. Dear me. That's right behind my bait there. There's a common just topping. We can see him. He's getting more confident now. Another one just to the right of my bait. Yeah, I can see two fish there together. Both similar sized commons making their way in now. This could be it. No. Stirred it up a bit. Here we go, it's coming in. That's my bait there. He's right under it. Is that a mirror? I think that's a mirror there. The common's had it there. There we go. Off we go. Right, and I'm going to have to drop down and get my feet a bit muddy and wet now. Off we go. He's taking off into the middle of the river as they always do. Oh yeah. Oh, that was cool. I think he might have just taken that off the nose of a mirror there, you know. We've got to try and keep it. There's a tree down the far end of the swim. We've got to try and keep him out of that. Oh, he's come off. Oh, he's come off. Hook's just pulled in the weed, maybe. Well, so we waited about 15 minutes. They started to get way more confident. There were definitely a couple of fish in there. I think that little common took it off the nose of a mirror, so that would have been cool to catch. Yeah, I waited for 15 minutes, hooked into one, had it on for a minute or so, and the hook's just pulled in the weeds. So we'll get a new hook on now. We'll get a little bit more bread in, and I think we're probably going to have to wait for a little bit to see if they come back and if we can build their confidence again. So that's annoying, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, there are carp in there. They're kind of alternating with the turtle. Sometimes you just can't write it, you know. So I waited for a long time for the fish to come back after losing that one earlier. Didn't come back. Saw him feeding really hard in the weed on the far margin. Tried and tried to get a bait to them. Finally got one there, and then it just went dead, completely dead. I waited and thought after a while it was time to move on. So I packed all my stuff away, picked up my rod, turned round to pick up my bag. As I've turned round, I've seen a really nice carp take a piece of bread right down in the margin. So yeah, it is what it is. I guess it's good that they're back though, so it's time to have another go. I'm still in the same spot. Get a bait in a minute, see if we can catch him. Oh no, the turtle's in there. I don't want to catch that. Oh, kingfisher just flew by. Oh, that was really cool. I hope we caught that on the camera. Nah, that's how it's been today. They'll come up and take one piece and you think, alright, this is it, they're on it now. And then you just don't see them for a while again. It's just not really happened today. Yeah. I wasn't really watching that. I thought I heard one taking downstream, so I was looking downstream, but anyway, we're into one. Oh, he's gone through this pile of weed. I want to let him run out of that. There we go. Yeah, that's what we needed. That's what we wanted. That's good. Getting a proper muddy foot here. Right, somewhere under all that bunch of weed is a little common who's been driving us mental all afternoon. He's going to come in with all this weed, but he's in. Okay. Whew. Said the carp in here don't go very big, but they also don't go a great deal smaller than that either. It's a nice fish, it's a nice common, but it's not very big, and I've got a wet foot, muddy foot, the mud stinks, loads of flies have come in. It was a bit chaotic, but it's not a blank, we finally got one, so I'll take it. It's a nice carp. Anyway, got to find that double and that ghostie now. There you go. Last roll of the dice now, really. I've been all the way up to the top end of the stretch, all the way down to the bottom end of the stretch. Can't really see anything going on, to be honest. It's kind of gone dead, but I've parked up here. There's plenty of weed around in the margin. You never know. Only half an hour to go though. It's not looking great for today. Not really been my day, to be honest. Right, that's it. I think it's time to call it a day. Really not been my day today, and you can almost guarantee while I'm packing up now, a load of carp will come in and feed on the bread that's in that margin there. So got absolutely nowhere near today's targets, no sighting of the ghostie, and didn't really see anything that got close to a double either, never mind land one. It wasn't a blank, caught that one, £3 common, got myself in a right mess landing it as well. I did lose one earlier, so it could have been a better day, you know, if I'd have landed that one. Probably should have moved spots a little bit earlier, but you know, sometimes you just can't be bothered, can you? It's quite nice, like chilling out, sitting in one spot. I don't mind that sometimes. So it is what it is. Sometimes these things happen, you know, can't be an amazing session every single time, but it's still been nice to get out, and it's better than sitting at home, there's no doubt about that. Time to jump on the train, and I hope I don't annoy too many people by this horrible silt smell that's all over me at the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching, see you on the next one.